Hey, shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. A-Side official, no negotiations needed, period. You already know we on this Friday evening, 2025. Another day, another live. Just want to ask you a question. Were y'all buying the presser? Did the presser live up to the friendship, the respect, decorum, etiquette, bond, history that Team Tank has with Team Roach? You know what I'm saying? Was it enough to get people to tune in to buy the pay-per-view? Was it enough, people, to say that it's going to be one of those, closely contested bouts where we get a little bit of drama in the first half of the fight, right? And is it going to be like the Rolly Romero? Because Rolly Romero actually brought a little bit of drama here and there. I wasn't believing Roach, though. Roach is a good dude. It's just all the back and forth. Your facial expression didn't change. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying a young man got to jump out of character, because he's 30 years old, damn near, just like Tank. They grew up. They know each other. One thing I can say about Tank is that, he did what he had to do. He wanted to make it a little bit of mean, mugging, trash talking, braggadocious, I'm better than you, you just a front runner type of shit, right? Roach, I couldn't hear a goddamn thing he was saying. His mannerisms. Hey, Roach, man, you're still the champion at 130. You should have used this platform with Tank just to boost up a little bit, just a little bit more, for once you return back to 130, that people want to see you fight whoever it is, whoever's next for you at 130. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could have used this weigh-in to do that. Now that's over. The only way you're going to get some pressure for people to tune in and see you much more than they did when you was at 130 is that you go in here and do some things that we weren't expecting you to do with Tank. You feel me? And that's asking a whole hell of a lot, because Frank Martin went 9 there, Lamont Roach. You know what I'm saying? Frank Martin went to the 9th round, I believe. You think you better than Frank Martin? I mean, that's an Errol Spence fighter there, Lamont Roach. That's an Errol Spence fighter. You think you better than an Errol Spence fighter and Frank Martin? AKA the Ghost, right? What's up, BG? What up, Gumbo? What up, fellas? How y'all feeling today on Friday, man? Do you think you're better than Frank Martin heading into this fight? Even though Frank Martin is yearning to be a world champion there, Roach, and you already is a world champion. Do you think you're going to go past 9? A part of me, people want to go against the grain, right? I want to go against the grain just a little bit, but I don't want to seem like it's goofy. I'm jumping into the animated side, talking about fairy tales and shit that I know that's not going to happen. But I want to say that this fight may go the distance. Not because Roach is tough enough for it to go the distance. It's just, it's Tank in the giving mood to save his friend, to let him go the distance in this fight. It's a good look for him dropping back down to 130 for his next fight. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? Is Tank in the giving mood? Is he into the humanitarian? Is he in the Canelo? Because Canelo is all about giving. You know what I'm saying? Canelo is all about giving. He would give you a complimentary one knockdown, and he would take you to the final second if you're nice. Being that Lamont Roach is considered to be a friend, somewhat family, they've known each other, I wonder if Tank Davis at 30 years old, willing and able to be an humanitarian and give Roach a final tick just based off the strength that they know each other for quite some time, many years. What y'all think? You think this fight will go the distance based off Tank's, you know what I'm saying, giving his volunteer work, him donating a decision to Roach to help him out in his career, moving back down to 130? You think he's in that mood? Because I sure don't. I want to believe it, y'all. I want to say, God damn it, put your money on the distance. Put your money on the distance. But I just, with El Chin Checker, man, I don't know. I don't know if that's logical for me to tell my listeners it's gonna go the distance on some just guessing in the light. You know what I'm saying? Just coming up with some goofy predictions. You feel me? It's hard for me to even fathom that Gervonta Tank Davis would give somebody a distance. That he would give them the 12th round if they didn't earn it. See, Gamboa earned that 12th round. He was literally trying to decapitate Gamboa. I was at that fight. You know what I'm saying? I was ringside with my camera in one hand and a bucket in the other. I thought for sure Gamboa's head was going to be in that bucket. But with Lamont Roach, though, I'm thinking Baltimore, D.C., them knowing each other. Is it possible? Because that would be good money right there. The fight going the distance. You know what I'm saying? That would be good money. But it's just hard to put a finger on determining the results of Tank Davis with anybody. Because I feel like Isaac Cruz had to earn that shit. It was a different style. You know what I'm saying? Different height, reach. A fighter in front of him that he wasn't used to. We'll see, people. We'll have to see. Gary Antoine, this is your moment, big dog. You have to seize this moment. You have to, man. You come from a fighting family. Rest in peace. Rest in heaven. Blessings to your father. Much respect to the first family, as I call them, of boxing. Antoine Russell needs to win this title, bro. Man, if you don't win this title, it's going to be like you looked the part. You had all the goods, but you just couldn't put it together with the top competition. And I know goddamn well, Antoine Russell, you ain't trying to hear that bullshit, being that people was bragging about how you did Jerron Ennis in the AMS. You know what I'm saying? You definitely ain't trying to have them second guessing your pedigree. So I'm hoping. I like El Rayo. But he went through adversity too. Antoine Russell just went through adversity, losing to Alberto Puello. So I'm rooting for Antoine Russell to get this belt. You know what I'm saying? I'm really looking for the Russell family to have another champion in their family, so they all can get the rifles and go deer hunting again, or going up, you know, hunting for some elk. You know what I'm saying? You know how they love going out here foraging for their own food, stripping deers down to the carcass, eviscerating them, clean them up. You know what I'm saying? Section them off and shit, the good meat, bad meat, and all that shit. You know how the Russells be doing it. Antoine Russell might come in that motherfucker with a full silverback motherfucking fur on his shit. Then Russell be out there hunting their own shit. I'm telling you. They might walk in that motherfucker with a full-grown Kodiak bear, straight out of DMV, on a motherfucking chain. This is gonna be a difficult fight both ways. I consider it to be a 50-50. It's gonna be tough, man. Jose Valenzuela has came a long way since getting stopped by Edwin De Los Santos. Man, it's gonna be a tough fight. It's gonna be a tough fight. I mean, I'm a fan of Valenzuela, especially how he did Chris Colbert so dirty. You know, the asshole of boxing. He did him so dirty. I mean, any Ambien commercial would love to have Chris Colbert as their mascot. Seriously. Come on now. If you want to talk about night-night, that what better fighter to have? I mean, Ambien, if you're listening, sponsor Chris Colbert for your product. Because I heard that tablet does put people to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So call him up. I don't have his number. Hit him on the DM and ask him for permission to use him, and y'all basically choreograph the closing moments when Valenzuela hit him with that right hand. And it was night-night. Who else on the card? You know, I got, you know, Jared Hurd and Julian Williams. Julian Williams tried to make it interesting, you know, by, you know, pushing just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Puello, popping dirty. Sandor Martin is not really a favorite fighter of mine any day, any time, any part of the week. No. Yeah, I really don't care about that fight. Let me be honest. I don't care. I don't care about that fight. It's 3 championship fights, though, to be honest. But I don't care about... You know, I tell people all the time, they want to complain and make up shit about certain boxers being on snack and being dirty and shit. But the ones who pop dirty, but they may not be their popular fighter, they barely mention. You know what I'm saying? They barely mention what they, you know, when they pop dirty and everything, hold them accountable. They barely mention anything about it, bro. They say, oh, they ain't my favorite fighter. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is, man. He fighting who? Oh, man. Don't nobody care about Sandor Martin. I don't care about that shit. You know. Sandor Martin had one of the most boringest fights against Teofimo. But just because he's not your favorite fighter, people don't care. You feel me? But I'll be on a little later, man. Y'all hold it down. Continue to be great, successful, and support the channel. I appreciate you. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. I'm out.